Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Hi, Jakub.
Hello, Pasha.
Uh, Happy to see you here again. How are your things going?
Well, as you can see in my background, I'm moving in 2 weeks, so
Yeah.
we are slowly
So,
preparing to all the boxes, all stuff we have, and soon I will have something else in the background, something better, I hope.
I mean, I like the white background actually, and this nice beige boxes look nice too. Will you move by yourself, or will somebody help you?
Yeah, I'm too old for doing it myself, so I already scheduled some moving crew.
Moving
We just
company.
have to moving company exactly. So we have to just pack ourselves, and they will just transport everything to the new place.
Last time
Yeah.
when I moved, I even hired people to pack all the stuff for us, because packing the whole life is a huge work. I mean, unbearable. I am told even for this.
Yeah, but this is fun. In fact, this is fun because during this process, you just throw away half of your stuff, like things that you don't need, use anymore, and you find it's some kind of useless in your place. Yeah, or just
I'm
give it
Staffy.
away.
Wait, wow, what did I do? I have accidentally changed our background. I don't throw anything away. It's my wife who does it, but she doesn't even need to move between locations to throw things away. And then sometimes I discover, like 5 years later, that something is thrown away. I don't know, some cable or whatever, and I started asking questions, and she doesn't have a good answers. And
Oh no, cables and screws and I don't know stuff that we can use for building new or fixing anything. I keep everything, and this is it proved itself that it's really useful, and
yeah, in
no
a long
time
term,
when yeah.
in long-term perspective. So, what are we doing today? If you remember, last time Jakub and I were developing a typewriter plugin. Let me share my screen real quick, and let's see what I have right now. Can I? Can I? Probably I can. Yeah, something like this. I have this huge project. Okay, it's actually not too huge. It has some, thanks to you, Jakub, some typewriter action, and it just types things for us. Plugin is intended for people who do some kind of demos, live coding probably, or I don't know, record how they write code. And this plugin is very simplistic. It just allows you to have some, I don't know, text that should be input into the plugin. Let's say it will be some empty project. Of course, it will be Kotlin project, because I don't know anything else. Yeah, and we even need the sample code. Shoot. What the? Okay, let it be Kotlin's Java 17. Somehow our project wizard in idea 221 cannot find Gradle suitable for Java 19. Oh, of course, because it uses some extremely outdated Java version. Plugin should work something like this. We can type some. We actually can just put some text here, hit OK, and it should start typing, and it doesn't. Wow. Did I break things completely?
Well, we'll see.
Yeah. Bound must be greater than origin. Shoot. Do you remember the stuff? Yeah. Nobody. Actually, Should I share code with me with you?
Yeah, I think that would be pretty useful.
Mhm.
Full access. Give me full access.
Yeah. Sure, I will. Should it give me some, I don't know, link or whatever?
It's creating currently, so you should
Probably I should
share
stop
it.
sharing my screen just in case. And the link is in private chat in the StreamYard.
Okay, so private chat. Okay, here.
So we have this very simple idea that we just take each symbol and type it with some jitter, and bound must be greater than origin. And I don't even understand. Yeah, accept. Oh, probably I should make the font bigger, larger.
Yeah, you can do it for the whole IDE since
Yes.
2023.1.
How?
On Mac, it's Command Shift Plus.
Probably on Linux it's no. Do you remember where do I find it? Show bytecode.
We'll double check that.
Increase fonts.
No, it's Zoom in IDE.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh no, I was wrong. Sorry, it was Control Option, so Control Alt Plus for you.
Let's try. No, doesn't work for me.
No.
But that's fine. That's actually fine.
Control.
How the action is named?
Zoom in, and it's located in View Appearance.
Zoom in.
Zoom
Control Alt
in.
Shift equals. Wow.
And yeah, exactly. Not only font size, but the whole UI is.
Yeah.
getting
Wow,
getting-
it's actually beautiful. Very useful for demos, so I don't know.
That's
whatever.
right.
I should probably hide all the stuff. Doc unpinned. Remote doc unpinned. What I'm doing now, I don't like all these tool windows looking at me. So,
Awesome.
were you able to open it? With me. So here we have some error. Wow, and I already have some errors. Catch in runtime except folks from IDEA will be happy because I'm already submitting something. Actually, I'm sitting on nightly IDEA right now, so anything can be wrong. I'm trying to guess what can be this error we saw. Okay. Now I think that it's too big and I can't find the place how I can enlarge it. I don't know, at least a bit. Hide. How do I move it? Oh, the cursor doesn't change, but I actually can resize it. Interesting. A little bit crazy. Folks, do not use nightly IDEA if you're not sure. So, do you see the error message? And we have this.
Well,
next int. I'm
next
trying
int.
to take next int, but it's actually both zeros. Now I don't understand. I didn't even know that it's illegal. Okay, let's say jitter +1. This way it should work. It's crazy. Why can't I use the same random integer?
Because it's not random, so.
I mean, it's random, but in a very narrow, in a very random, in a very narrow sequence. I mean, the
And
same random number.
that reminds me this XCKD comics joke. So it was
Oh yeah,
get random
chosen
number.
by random pick random number. I do remember it. It was actually. I don't need it here. Yeah, pick random number, and it was written there that equals 5, chosen by a fair dice roll.
Yeah, and it was 4.
Equals 4?
Yeah, 4. It was 4 because I even used this example in the plugin template.
I mean, I use it everywhere.
Method.
I use it basically everywhere. Yeah, this is how the plugin is supposed to work. It just types code for me. And by the way, it types code incorrectly for some unknown reason. It messed up with sequences. Put actually, I'm not even sure what's happening. Is it possible that it's the result of those change? Who was it? Paul proposed or Martin?
Maybe. So most of this is because auto completion, and when you open
but
bracket,
it shouldn't invoke after completion anymore, right? But well, yeah, basic idea was probably we should just navigate to right char command.
Yeah, here we are just typing something in editor with all the flavors involved, like code completion.
Yes. But it wasn't this way before, so I'm guessing what can be wrong with it. Run. Document insert string. I mean, I have even workaround for this closing bracket. Closing curly bracket. Collection. So collection is something mine, right? Yeah, action handler, execute, editor caret, event, data context. I don't even know how should I fix it. It's just insert string, right? Insert string doesn't do anything fancy. Inserts the specified text at the specified offset in the document. Line breaks in the insert text must be normalized as \n. And that's basically all. How do I do it? What is my string? Yeah, it's just my chart string. Okay, let's try a simple example maybe. Let's try this one. Yeah, for simple examples, it works correctly. So it's definitely something with curly braces. Yeah, something is off with curly braces. Handling should be smarter.
Okay, so what has happened right now? So you added the $, curly braces, and
yeah, then it types everything correctly, but then it doesn't type the curly brace, because curly brace should be typed here.
Yeah. So this is probably because of your
Probably
switch, no?
yeah,
Line number
something.
53.
So it's something about this. We can probably debug it, right?
Mm-hmm.
We wanted to discuss the thing about updates update of the actual projects from template, but now we are deep inside debugging just after this simple example.
Yeah, but I'm sure we'll fix it pretty quickly, and then we can jump to plugin template again.
Yeah, hopefully. But now it doesn't even start. Yeah, it tries to start. We need to give it some seconds. So we want to type this line. By the way, it's the only way to type dollar inside an interpolation thing, inside an interpolation string.
Can't you escape it with the backslash?
No. Yes, but not in triple. No, not in triple. Not in multi-line interpolated string. Their backslashes do not work because backslashes do not actually escape anything. Okay, here after new line. Are we after new line? Why don't I see it? Yeah, it's false. So we should just insert the curly brace. But it didn't work. So probably I had to look for the string before and string after. What's going on? Somehow I'm in the right comment action. W Pentagon. Let's check. So it really should put the caret here. Now I wanna, I don't know. I wanna set up a breakpoint here, and it shouldn't be. It should be enabled until 54th line. It's actually, folks, it's actually breakpoints magic. This breakpoint is disabled up to the moment when we hit this breakpoint. And this way I want to check that. And no, something incorrect happened, actually. We didn't hit the second breakpoint, and we typed a lot of stuff. And I can't understand why.
Okay, so once again. So please
Yep.
Something.
Okay. At this point, it should be inserted there. It's not inserted.
We can check the current content of.
Could you repeat, please?
We could check the current content before and after typing this character.
Yeah, but we can see it. It's not typed yet. I'm not sure at which point should we check, actually. Finish comment. No, not typed any. Didn't type anything. Wait, we have some exception here. No. It's now. Do you have any idea how do I stop at the moment when it types something?
Well, you can. There is this F8 step over.
Yeah, it's what I do. all
So
the time.
you're doing okay. So you can put breakpoint next in the next line. So
Yeah, but we have this. Now I don't even. Wow, something is completely off with scrolling. No, right thing, wrong thing. It should be in right char comment. Yeah, and now this breakpoint is enabled, so probably we should hit it. Okay, just in case, let's try to hit this breakpoint too. Yep. Okay. Yeah, okay, we hit this one. Nothing is typed yet.
okay.
Now
It's typed, but we didn't go to the next.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we actually moved the cursor somehow, the caret somehow to the left.
Mhm. So you have this call action editor move caret right. Probably
Yeah.
if you copy paste that to 55.
Nice idea.
Mhm.
Now we can restart it without any debug. Probably it will work. Messing with editor is scary.
Oh why? Damn it. I just spilled a glass of water on my keyboard. So
For real?
yeah.
Shoot.
Okay.
I'm sorry, man.
I hope nothing will be broken. Lights are not flashing anymore.
Does it work?
Well, it is. It is extremely wet, but it works. Good
Do you
keyboard.
want to change it?
Well, no. Hold on. Give me a second.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, now it works. Now it actually works. So folks, this is how this plugin is supposed to work. And also it should be possible to type the entire snippet like this. I just copy paste it and then IDEA starts typing it for me. Let's see if it works. No, it doesn't work. And I know why. Do you know why doesn't it work? Because we have this array open and close, and now we know that it's a bad idea for Kotlin to have them. But we can redefine template open and template close things like so, and it should probably work fine. And as you can see, the code is even more or less nicely formatted. And it's basically the kind of, I don't know, typing we want to see in our demos. It's very steady. We can add some random jitter in there. We can do it much faster. For example, we can make it, I don't know, 10 milliseconds between between hits, and with jitter 5 milliseconds. And yeah, you can even follow it basically, because it types way too faster than you can read. At least than I can read.
Yeah, this
Also, we
jitter,
have
this
Sorry?
jitter parameter is pretty awesome because it makes the feeling more natural.
yes, probably. I'm not sure what are the optimal like feeling. What is the optimal thing to feel it? Pause 5 seconds. If I'm not mistaken, it's something like this. Maybe just pause 5. No, maybe it's just pause 1000 just to have a big. I'm typing it a completely random place, but you can see that it actually works as it should work. It made its pause after the opening bracket, curly brace, I mean. And yeah, now it types with this random jitter. It's not completely machine feeling. Probably still needs some tuning, but basically should work. So yeah, this is what we achieved last time we developed. We were developing. Somehow, Jakub, you managed to type paragraph mark here in editor.
Oh, sorry. It was the water.
Yeah, probably it was the water. Probably. Do you know how to type it?
Well,
I'm trying to find. Yeah, I can type it with right alt plus S. Oh wait, it was you. No, it was probably me. So yeah, this is what we have. Now let's get back to my adventures with update. How did I update from the template? I actually have this folder called Typewriter plugin, and I do all the work with my Git from terminal. I'm not very familiar with the Git built into the idea, in the IDE, I should say. And I did something like this: Git remote and.
Well, no, I should stop you at this point already.
Yeah.
And why? Because the template. Well, I can show my screen.
Right now. Probably you can.
Okay. I wonder if my mouse and keyboard still work. Probably yes. Okay. Share the screen, and that would be entire screen. On the left side, put some browser there. Let's check. And we still have to.
You can just
stream.
Sorry.
Okay, so yeah, it's.
So how do you do it? How civilized people work with Git and with templates?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. You shouldn't use Git in this case.
Why?
Plugin template. So the thing is that the plugin template, this is the template-like repository on GitHub.
Yes.
So to create new project, you're supposed to use this template green button. So we can do it right now. So create new repository.
We can see anything. If you are showing anything to us, then we can see it. I can only see the empty browser window.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty odd because I see it's streamed right now.
Interesting, folks. Do you see anything but the black? I mean, for me, it's just Mac toolbar and empty Chrome window. Or I believe it's Chrome, but I'm not sure. And you have dark theme in your browser.
Okay. Yeah, I checked the Twitch. I checked Twitch itself, and you're right. It's just like.
It's kinda. I'm kinda glad and kinda disappointed at the same time. We can also check YouTube, but I believe it will be basically the same.
Mm-hmm. So
And,
okay, share screen.
I can share my screen actually and create the thing from template. Oh, okay.
Okay, hold on. And now,
Yeah.
can you see it?
Yeah. Now I can see it. Yeah. You're
Okay,
creating
so-
a thing, a new plugin from JetBrains/IntelliJ platform plugin template. You
yeah,
can call
we
it
also
somehow.
have a short link for that. So it's jb.gg/plugin template.
I believe it's something like, give me a second, jb.gg/plugin template, right? Like this.
That's right. Thank you. All right, so here's the thing. This is the template-like repository. So you can use this green button, use this template,
Yes.
and create a new repository out of this one.
Yes.
So basically, you're supposed to pass here a new repository name that will be created
Yes.
in your GitHub account.
Yep. That's what I did when I
Let's make it
bootstrap the
test.
product.
And create. And right now, the whole magic is happening because it's not one-to-one with the plugin template. Well, it is for a brief moment, because right after that, there is a template cleanup workflow triggered. And
Wait, do we see something here? Because for me, it's still creating your repository.
Yeah, I'm showing right now the Actions tab.
I can see it. Probably others can see it too.
Okay, that's pretty weird.
Yeah, it's something with Chrome streaming, I believe.
Okay, so maybe you should.
Yeah, now I can
share the
see
screen.
actions. Now I can see actions.
Okay. So basically, there is a template cleanup action.
Yeah.
And here some magic is happening because we are cleaning up this template repository from JetBrains specific code, like the README we have, and putting some empty README for you.
Yep.
Like with the template to-do list you're supposed to follow.
Yeah, to publish the plugin.
Exactly. Follow the documentation, obviously. Adjust plugin group, plugin ID, and so on and so on. So everything is described. So if you would like to compare the current state of plugin template Git repository with your project, it may or may not work because the actual template that you're supposed to use should be processed by this plugin template cleanup workflow.
Yeah, but when okay, so let's say I have set up my repository. Now it's live for, I don't know, more than a year probably, or maybe half a year, and you did a bunch of changes in your template repository, and obviously I want to pull them. The only thing I can imagine how I do it is just add this repository as a second origin and try to merge your tree with my tree. It will create a bunch of conflicts, and I will have to solve them. For example, you will try to rewrite my README, and probably you will try to rewrite some of my dependencies and so on. And you will definitely add a bunch of your code. For example, all this template code, like my bundle for language bundle and so on. But is there any better way to do it?
Yeah, you can check, for example, changes that were introduced in this specific release. And this is pretty useful because it limits. Okay, here you can pick the 1.6.0 and compare it with the previous release.
Yes.
But
I actually don't know my release. As a normal person.
Fair point.
I just clone things.
That's a fair point.
But and also I can see there is quite a few of changes. There are quite a few of changes, even for one release.
Yeah, that's correct. All right, so yeah, we have a couple of different approaches to this problem. So basically, you could try to compare your current project with the source of the plugin template. But, well, the easiest way, I mean, for post-processing the changes, would be creating yet another template out of this plugin template, yet another repository. So you'll end up with content processed by cleanup workflow.
Yeah.
And then make this repository as a remote to your project.
Wow. So what you propose is just create a plain new template, create a brand new repository from the same template. Delete all the boilerplate code, add my code here there, and then update for this new repository, change the remote. But I will have to rewrite the whole history, right, of my development.
Well, not really. Well, it will. Well, it won't mess with your project that you work on, but we'll get access to new initial commit with all the content prepared for the latest
idea is to
project.
To copy the copy files I need from the new repository to the old repository.
Mm-hmm.
This way, I will have my whole history preserved. Man, I still feel it's a little bit messy.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I would prefer to have some smoother way of update.
Yeah, I won't argue with you about that because I don't like the way folks have to track changes because it's pretty complicated. Yeah, we have to face that. But we make quite clear commit messages, quite clear changelog to make it easier. There is still some idea to make the plugin template in a way, for example, to make it as a black box, to hide all the configuration in one Gradle plugin, yet another Gradle plugin, let's say, that will behave for you like we provide you a black box, you attach sources of your plugin to it, and you don't mess with Gradle configuration at all because you rely on our defaults. So we can compare that to, for example, Create React App for React web applications.
Yep.
I'm not sure if you use that. Facebook, okay, I've been doing web dev a couple of years ago, and I'm not sure how it works like right now. Facebook was providing the Create React App CLI tool via NPM. And with that, you could just trigger create new application, pass its name. It will create packet JSON file, and the all configuration, web configuration, CSS, JS, whatever setup is inside this Create React app, and you don't have to deal with that. Well, you can still configure it with something, well, by adjusting the packet JSON file. But the idea is to make users to rely on defaults. Well, they rely on defaults anyway. And instead of exposing everything in Gradle build configuration file, we can put it in this black box. Still with the possibility to eject the whole configuration stuff to public. So
Yeah,
again, yeah.
for me it sounds exciting, but look, give me a second. I will share my screen again. We have this. The most complicated part of the build is actually this build.gradle.kts file that has lots of things, and
Yeah.
I can see that you actually changed this block, plugins block, somewhere between the versions. I'm not sure where. And
With the latest one.
and I like it actually. I mean, I like the Gradle version catalog. Also, you have changed it a bit here, and I believe there are more changes like this when you call properties something .get. It was a little bit different in some point before. And will it be able? Will this potential CLI tool, should it be able to update build Gradle KTS? Because I mean, build Gradle KTS is a Turing complete file, because we can write basically any code in it. It's almost impossible to parse it correctly and change it correctly after that. Am I right?
Yeah. My idea for that is to make it hidden for you at all. So this wrapper Gradle version or patch plugin XML, everything will be still configured, but inside this intermediate Gradle plugin.
It's actually what Jorge does. Regular viewers of this channel probably saw this build Gradle KTS for game Igor and I were writing. Everything was hidden there. There was one plugin like I don't know, Jorge something plugin, and almost nothing else, because everything else was configured inside this plugin.
Yeah,
they configured
exactly.
Kotlin the way it should be configured, and so on. And probably we can do basically the same for this. The only thing we should leave available to customers probably is to add dependencies and maybe repositories, right?
Group version, and basically that's it.
Yeah,
because
group version.
JVM, so this toolchain, JVM toolchain.
Yeah,
is
it should be
also something.
available.
Yeah, everything still will be available for override, but JVM toolchain is something that depends on the IntelliJ platform you use. So since 2022.3, you're supposed to use JVM 17. Before,
how do I know which JVM I use, by the way?
Well, we have that documented in. Well, first of all, it's commented.
It's for Kotlin.
Line 24.
24.
24.
Oh, nice.
Sorry, 29. 29.
29. Use Java. Yeah, so I probably should do it like this, right?
This is why I put this comment there.
Yeah, nobody reads comments. Yeah,
That's
of course. I'm just lazy. And it was like...
I'm lazy as well, so I feel you.
It was like the thing I changed several minutes before the stream.
So that's the point. Even this JVM toolchain could be adjusted by this intermediate Gradle plugin. So we could figure out which platform you use and pick the right JVM for you.
It sounds exciting. How much time does it take to write such a tool?
Well, the Gradle IntelliJ plugin is something that lasts for 7-8 years already. Well, yeah, but this is a border case. It's just long-living project. When I've created the Gradle changelog plugin and Gradle grammar kit plugin and Gradle Kodana plugin, a lot of them are out there. It took a couple of days, to be honest.
Wow.
Then you have to test it. Well, I have the scaffold already. I just copy paste a scaffold of one plugin to the other. Well, I have already my best practices written down, so it's easier for me because I've been doing that. But if you start from scratch with Gradle documentation, yeah, it's not a couple of days to properly set up the Gradle project, Gradle plugin. Well, a week or two to make it working and do the actual job. Knowing no Gradle is a great time.
I wanted to show that I actually, when I was merging things from the new template, actually not that many things changed. Couple of lines appeared or changed. In build, it basically the same, I believe. I still left Java 17 here, just in case.
Java 17 is fine here.
Yeah, these lines are very obscure. I mean, I have a slight understanding what do they mean. For people who are not familiar with Bash, they look, I mean, yeah. You see all this back and forward arrows.
Okay, I can tell you. So basically, on the left side, we can see the set output. We are echoing set output name, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Content, and that was read by GitHub Actions for a long time, and this was the way we set up some environment variables in Gradle or provide output for the next steps.
But now we just type everything into a variable called GitHub output, and
exactly.
GitHub output is probably some virtual file provided by GitHub, and they know that they should.
Yeah, they changed the approach, and this is the better way, and I like it more than previous one.
Yeah,
and
I mean, yeah, totally. Set output is completely obscure because it isn't even Bash. It's something GitHub specific. Here we just type some lines to files.
Yeah, and basic rule for this GitHub output file is that you place the property name equals value, and yeah, like the first three lines. This is simple case. But the changelog and EOF, this is Bash magic.
Yeah, it means that you should read things until you will hit the next EOF. So changelog is actually a multi-line string that will be typed directly into GitHub output, and then we will type EOF, and when GitHub will read the whole GitHub output with Bash from GitHub output, it will see this notation, this double back arrow EOF, and it will understand that it should read until it will meet EOF. It actually can be it can be like end of file or I don't know. Don't type anything. Where can I type? I can type anywhere. Oh, sure, because it's just diff. But you can basically type anything here, and GitHub will be able to understand that it's the whole changelog, right?
That's right.
Cool. But yeah, I know that these days people are not familiar with Bash magic.
Echo. Okay.
And what else? Some minor changes in comments. Gradle XML is just my thing, I believe. Gradle properties. Yeah. So here I basically borrowed a new version of Scenes build and a new version of platform version. What else?
Right.
New Gradle.
Oh yes, new Gradle is hot.
I don't even know what I did, because I just borrowed some Gradle properties from you.
I can briefly explain it to you. The Gradle configuration cache. Gradle introduced configuration cache. So when you do something in your Gradle configuration file, like change the property, the platform type of our Gradle plugin. And when you hit the run some task, the first step of the life cycle is configuring, well, not the first, but one task. Like prepare the tasks for the actual run in case it needs something from the other tasks. So Gradle makes these connections between tasks, some other external data, serialize that, and stores in cache. So you for the runs of the same task will be faster because it doesn't have to compute all input parameters for Gradle task.
How does it understand if my configuration changed or not?
Well, it
Probably
I
just
don't
hash
know.
codes of file, right?
Yeah, probably yes. Well, yes, and it also can rely on external files that you point to. So it somehow takes the checksum of those files as well, and yeah,
Okay.
they do it pretty well. And
What's
with
caching?
8.1, it is really stable. This Gradle caching is a flag that enables not available by default. It enables Gradle cache. So if your task produces something, well, or Gradle daemon itself with all the magic involved produce some intermediate file, some outputs, temp data. It's stored in the .gradle file in your project or build output. And this is all about making it cached. You can
But it's a little bit
specify.
crazy because here we define system property by system prop that it's just crazy that it's not or Gradle something, but system prop dot or Gradle dot something.
Because this is not a configuration for your project, but the whole Gradle that you run. Well, you tell Gradle that it's supposed to do something before configuring your project. And this is kind of a new feature introduced in Gradle 8.1 that allows you to set values to the properties of your project without this .set something. Yeah, exactly. That's
like this ones. We have this get and get, and we can call them with set like this, and without set like this with help of this property.
Well,
I
like
just
this
shocked
approach.
it didn't work before because it worked in Gradle like always. In Groovy Gradle, I mean.
Yeah, and then Kotlin DSL was introduced. They couldn't do it like that before, so that's why we had to switch to the .set approach.
Yeah.
And now with 8.1, they've introduced it back.
But wait, actually we can. I mean, in Kotlin, it should be possible to do that with help of delegates, because we can delegate, I don't know, assignment to some custom setter. Am I correct?
Well, yeah, I tried that on my own, but the thing is that this property, like Java version, is not an actual value, actual property that you set value to. This Java property is a lazy property in Gradle that accept not only value but also kind of providers, project providers to lazily calculate the output.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't reassign this Java property
I
with
see.
new value.
You cannot just set to property because it's actually a provider that should be invoked.
That's right.
Only when it's first requested. And you can, in syntax, you cannot do it with nice. In Kotlin, you can do it with nice syntax of assignment, because it will be like you will have to pass lambda there, right?
And this system property, actually, as far as I know, it tells Gradle to generate some extra code on the side, extra helpers for you.
And use
So
plus snapshot is just, I don't know. It's like, oh, it's even turned off.
yeah, this is something that Kotlin introduced with 1.0.20. Basically, the latest Kotlin compiler is relying on a new class path, new, how was that called? I've described it in the linked link documentation.
Yeah, sure.
Basically, they're not able to process pretty large jar files. And IntelliJ IDEA provides large jar files like app.jar or utils.jar or something. And it's like 200, 400 megabytes files.
Mm-hmm.
And Kotlin compiler can't handle that. So we have two solutions. Increase the memory available for Kotlin compiler.
Mm-hmm.
So this via these JVM switches, XMS and so, or fall back to the old compiler.
Nice. So there are not so many changes left. This lib version TOML is introduced. That is a Gradle version catalog, and I believe that's basically all. Yeah, of course. Gradle version, Gradle wrapper, and Gradle version itself is updated too.
Well, we also kind of refactored the example code. That
Yeah, but I don't use
You're
it.
not interested in that.
Yeah, so I just deleted it right after the merge. So
Yeah.
for me, the merge was not that painful. I had to delete some part of test code, but that's basically all. I mean, for me, the merge with the tree of the template was not crazy hard. It took like, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes. But somehow, when I do Gradle W build, oops, should be touch typing, not blind.
Build plugin, not build. But okay.
I want to use. Why won't build work for me?
Well, I don't know. Okay, build runs also tests, so this is fine.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I have, I don't know, 1, 2 tests. Okay, test failed. Why? Oh, unsupported class version error. Wow. It's a different error than one I had before.
Well, as I see, you use
somehow related to this JVM target. But it in README it told me to change JVM toolchain to 17.
If you use 2022.2 and higher.
Which one do I use?
2021.
Oh, I see. Should I probably change it to?
It's 2022.2. Yeah. You can even take the latest minor with all the updates, which is .3, as far as you remember.
Yes. Isn't it? Didn't we release 231.1? Well, isn't it? Okay. So since build 2.2, platform version 22.2.3.
.5 is the latest.
Is there any way to find it? What is the latest version?
Just follow documentation.
Documentation where? I mean, I'm trying to open it right now. Let's see what will it say. Here it is 0.1.1.
And version. All available JetBrains IDEs version can be found in the repositories described in.
Wait, what? Where?
Lower version section.
Version.
Below the example. The first sentence. You missed it already.
What? It's hard to follow documentation sometimes. Plugin name, acceptable values, IntelliJ version, this one.
Yeah, you click it so you navigate.
No.
Yes, here. And the first sentence, you missed it already. Go upper.
All available.
Yep.
Oh my god, it's almost invisible. Okay.
And here we describe that we have releases and snapshots available for you, but you're interested in releases. So yeah, this is a large list.
Yes.
But you can find already for hit Control F and
what should I look for?
2022.2.
It doesn't find anything. I think. No. Wait, it doesn't find anything. 0.3 without point. Okay.
Well, no, I mean 2022.2.5.
No, 2022.2 is already not found here.
You type 222 instead of 2022.
How?
Yeah.
I feel so dumb right now.
No
But
worries.
it's hard to find here, to be honest. It's hard to
Yeah,
find.
and this is C-Lion section, and when you hit next, you finally navigate to IntelliJ.
Yeah, I mean,
in
it's
the
so
section.
big that it doesn't even render correctly in my
Yeah.
Firefox.
Well, this is something we could adjust, but
You know what I wanted in a perfect world? I just wanted to open this page and, I don't know, see some Dropbox here. Or maybe just the latest version here.
do you want some magic?
Maybe not magic, but I know we can take it somewhere, take this list somewhere. For example, we have this acceptable values. Probably for each value, we can just build it with a list of acceptable versions.
Yeah. So please get back to the IDE.
Yeah.
And run the Gradle task called print product releases.
Print product releases.
Right.
How do you know it? Where did you find it?
I've created it.
Okay, that's funny. So we actually have this 22.2.5, 22.3.3, 23.1.
This is something used by Plugin Verifier that we have bundled in the Gradle IntelliJ plugin, and it prints all latest patches for all major versions, like so we have from the bottom 2022.2, 2022.3, and then 2023.1. So here we have a list of the latest patches, so .3, .5 that you can use, and this is a list generated by the page you've seen a moment ago. So we take content from there and just print it in nice output, and this is the list of versions that are matching the plugin since build and plugin until build you have in this Gradle properties in the
Nice.
9th and 10th.
So if I would put here something like, I don't know, like this, I will have a big list.
Yeah, that's right. You can try it.
Yeah, but it's impossible to build plugin for
It is, but we can show it as an example, right?
yes, probably. Yeah, so it starts with 2018 year, 1.8, 2.8, then 3 releases
That's
for
right.
actually 3 releases for each year. I believe it should be this way because we have for many years we have 3 releases each year, and we have only latest patches for each release, right?
That's right.
2.5, so nobody will use 2.4 because probably it's buggy or unstable or something.
That's right.
Folks, useful information. I mean, if you want to develop plugins, it should be really used. For me, it looks like a magic, and it's so cool that Jakub knows all this stuff. So,
well, it's also documented in our SDK docs, but it's documentation. But so this is already a problem. Who is it?
Okay, now I'm trying to build plugin. That's the right comment, right? Build plugin.
Yeah.
It will probably take some time to download 600 megabytes, but not too long. Yeah, actually, I feel that my network is not as fast as it could be. But we are almost there. It's downloaded. Now it should probably unpack the whole thing. How do you know that you should use Kotlin 1.8.10 and not, I don't know, Kotlin 1.8.20?
Just make sure you're up to date, like with.
So you actually can use the latest version. Here I wanna share something different while it's building. It's trying to lie. Yeah. Have this refresh versions plugin that will probably give me all the latest versions of all the dependencies I have in my Gradle version catalog. It will take some time because it needs to resolve all the plugins. Meanwhile, the thing is building. It has to download.
In the plugin template, we rely on Dependabot. So we have integration with Dependabot available, and with any dependency update, you'll just get pull requests from them. What I like
about this refresh versions plugin, that it actually doesn't force you to update anything. It just says, "Hey, look, you have update for Kotlin. You can use it or can not use it if you don't want." It doesn't force you in any way. And you also have this 0.7.0 alpha for cover if you want. And Docker is not updated. I would always prefer to use compatible versions of Docker and Kotlin, and I'm not sure that I can use Docker 1.8.10 with Kotlin 1.8.20 because I'm not sure about the changes. Well, okay.
Yeah, that's tricky.
I'm a Kotlin advocate. I know that nothing changed, but if I were just, I don't know, a regular user, I would prefer to keep them at the same version, just in case.
Yeah, funny story about Docker and Kotlin, because initially I used the same variable for both, so for Kotlin libraries and Docker plugin. So I put 1.0.10 by then, pushed that to GitHub, and suddenly Dependabot didn't process my TOML file, my version catalog.
Wow.
I just wrote about that on Twitter, and folks from Dependabot reached me saying this is an issue on our site. We filed new ticket on GitHub, and they've right away investigated my case. So kudos to them. And it turned out that okay, Kotlin was updated to 1.0.20, but Docker was still 1.8.10.
Yeah.
That's why there was some kind of crash. Dependable tried to bump all libraries, as I have everything assigned to one variable.
Yeah.
And therefore it failed. So they just kindly advised me to separate them, as they don't get the same version number together.
By the way, is it possible to reuse Dependabot from the template inside my actual plugin?
Yeah, well, it's not about reusing, but it's configured for your projects individually. So the plugin template creates in the .github directory in your root project Dependabot YAML file, where you, yeah, and that's basically enough to make Dependabot working with your project and scanning.
Oh, actually, the thing builds now, and I'm glad. Let's say that we have what did we change? We actually changed the target, the platform. Changed JVM and platform versions.
Mm-hmm.
I don't use Git inside IDEA, but sometimes I do.
Yeah, I see that you actually have Dependabot configured in your project.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you do.
I don't.
Well, so go to IDE.
Yeah, it's what I'm doing right now. Typewriter plugin. How do you know that I have Dependabot configured?
Looking at your code. So please get back to the IDE.
Yeah.
And project view and .github directory on the top. And yeah, Dependabot YAML.
I actually have it, but it never told me anything.
Yeah, because you've copied that from
template, right?
Repository, but the unprocessed, unclean version. So as you can see, there is a target branch set to next, and you don't have next branch in your project.
I see.
So yeah, main. So basically, you could remove those lines because by default it's main.
Yeah, so it's main by default. It doesn't type anything. Okay, and now somehow magically Dependabot will know that my repository exists.
That's right.
By the way, okay, template cleanup failed. Why did it run at all?
Yeah, because you have cleanup workflow in your project still, because you copied that from.
Yeah, because I copied it. So there are
process
there are dangerous things when you just copy things from template. Actually, yeah, I have this template cleanup, and I didn't even notice it. And issue template is not needed too, and readme is probably not needed too. Template cleanup is not needed, and template verify is not needed too, right?
Well, yeah, that's right.
Let's check. .run, probably I need them all.
Yeah,
Resources, I don't have anything. Code of conduct. I don't actually have any code of conduct by.
It's JetBrains stuff.
Yeah, but it's JetBrains stuff. That's actually fine. I like it. Yeah, I remember that JetBrains open source code of conduct is nice, and it's very, very relaxed. Let's check if I didn't break anything in Cardano. Looks correct. Okay, let's try. It doesn't type anything again.
Probably because of code with me.
Probably.
I can drop the connection anyway.
But I can use terminal. I'm perfectly fine with terminal. I'm so geeky and so on. HSZ left. I'm even a little bit sorry. Okay, now build is trying to run. Okay. Let's see the history.
And you can see first pull request from Dependabot.
What does it update? Yeah, it actually bumps Kotlin.
How
Nice.
cool is that?
It's very cool. It's very cool. By the way, what did it change and how did it change? I'm still not sure if I prefer to have it updated by Dependabot or to have it updated manually.
Well, the profit that comes with Dependabot is that you can, well, you already have CI configured to run build against the change. So you can make sure in advance that nothing is broken.
By the way, we are killing GitHub right now because, I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4 builds are running at the same time.
That's nothing really. In Gradle IntelliJ plugin, GitHub Actions, we have a matrix created out of 3 operation systems: Windows, Linux, Mac, 3 Gradle versions. So the first we support, which is 7.6, the latest from 7 branch, 7.9.1 or something, and the latest from 8 branch, so 8.1 right now. And that's also multiplied sometimes with idea versions when it comes to integration tests. So yeah,
so
that's
it's like
GitHub.
tens of builds running simultaneously on GitHub. Well, at least you need it for business reasons. I really don't need to have 5 builds running at the same time.
Yeah, that's true.
And
well, and in addition, I'm also in the process of setting up TeamCity for that, TeamCity Cloud.
Why?
Just to be more sure that nothing is broken. So in case GitHub will pass something, we have still backup in TeamCity, and in opposite.
But it's hard to rewrite the whole build from GitHub Actions to TeamCity, isn't it?
Kind of, yes, but in fact, we just rely on Gradle tasks. That's it. We use caching in some places. We use Gradle tasks, so we just have to set up Gradle in our workflow.
I'm very sorry for interrupting.
Yeah.
Do I read it correctly that it actually verifies the plugin for all 3 supported versions existing right now?
It is.
Oh, cool. Yeah, please continue.
Kodana as the latest step. So yeah, it's pretty simple because everything is already set up with Gradle. We can just take some parameters to specify Gradle version, and unit test, integration test will be just run in the configuration we want.
Look at this. Detect technologies, Java, JavaScript, Kotlin, Motorola 68K assembly, and Unix assembly.
Yeah.
I don't
because
know.
of Gradle binaries.
Motorola 68K by assembly. I mean Unix assembly. I can kind of get Motorola 68K. How? Oh, it failed.
Wild guess. It failed. Why?
Invalid Gradle GDK configuration found.
Jesus Christ! I've been there yesterday. Well,
What is it?
Kodana team requires. Okay. Yeah, it is because project wants to use a specific Java that wasn't pulled into the Kodana container. In short words. So.
What? Do you
Yeah.
mean that I want to use this Zulu 17 Java, and they use some other GDK, like I don't know, Timurin, or they use just a different version?
Well, we can see here you have 17 available, right? Java
Yes.
17.
Yes.
But we also need Java 17 for our plugin. But somehow Kodana thinks we need Java 11. This is my assumption. So somewhere there is still a leftover from Java 11 setup. Yeah, I'll just join you for a brief moment.
I'm trying to lib grep the any 11 in my project. It's basically only build Gradle KTS. That and in comment.
Yeah. First of all, we can use Java 17 in GitHub Actions.
I do. Look. Wait, I changed it. Okay. It explains everything, but I was sure that I changed it.
That's not that huge problem, I guess. Okay, I'm applying that already.
Like in where?
Okay, it's not the only place. So can
wait?
Yeah.
What? How is not the only place? Oh, it should be. In release I changed it. Oh no, it's you changed it. It's not me. And run UI tests.
But don't push it yet.
Okay.
In the .idea, I don't see .idea directory here.
Here it is.
I can't. Sorry, I can't see it. So in Gradle, Gradle XML, please open the Gradle XML.
Sorry, I accidentally typed in the wrong file.
And here, that's right.
What should I type here?
It would be good if you type 17 here, just 17. But it's also connected to your project settings, right? So you could.
So I should open my project settings. Okay. In project, it's selected as Timurin 17.
Timurin, okay. So maybe Kodana will figure it out if you'll put their Timurin 17 instead of just 17. So yeah, Timurin 17.
Can it autocomplete things? No, it
no.
No, it can't. Why? It's so crucial. Why Kodana looks at my .idea folder at all? Isn't it crazy?
Yeah, I dislike that so much.
Okay, commit and push. Push. Wrong browser again. At this point, we have lots of failed actions. This stage is crazy. I didn't even think it can be needed. maximize build space.
Yeah, IntelliJ SDK is pretty large, and when
Yeah.
you run plugin verifier against a couple of versions, yeah, it just downloads a couple of gigabytes.
Now I guess if I should change everything from Zulu to Timurine in my build.
Nah.
Why is writing something to M2 settings XML? I don't even use Maven.
It's Java GitHub action. So yeah.
I mean they really made it smarter, because now it tries to cache everything, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Probably it even caches like Redl directory.
About the Kodana issue, I will send you a link in private chat here.
Okay.
And yeah, this morning I've explained my story with Kodana and this Java stuff. So basically, yeah. Victor from Kodana just confirmed that yeah, the listing, the code listing we can see is right now required due to some issue on Kodana action site or something. But
yeah, I see.
They already work on that, so it should
But
be
do
fixed.
they require this string to be in this format? Should it be 11, not like Timurine?
I don't know. This is wild guess. So
yeah, I mean,
if
it is so, nobody will be able to figure it out without your help.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I'm just happy that you're here with me right now, because I would be just struggling. I didn't even know who to ask, because I mean, build failed for some obscure reason on my machine. It builds, and
eventually, when you take the error printed in GitHub Actions, you end up with the tickets, U-track ticket I sent you.
Yeah, yeah. Probably I would try, or maybe I would just say, okay, fuck this. I will just publish the plugin myself manually,
or just comment out Kodana integration.
Yeah,
that's also a solution, right?
Yeah, totally.
Well, Kodana for such.
I actually had to turn off Kodana integration for my Kotlin API for Apache Spark, because it was taking so long. I have lots of generated code there, synthetic generated code, and Kodana just can't handle it in the same time. It took hours for Kodana to analyze the project. Okay, we are almost at somewhere. No. It's plugin verification thing.
Well, Kodana run takes something around 10-15 minutes, but if it will fail within the first minute. If not, we can assume it will succeed.
What is 215 configurables?
Well, this is that comes with the build searchable options Gradle task that we have.
Yeah,
and this task generates a small jar file with a list of UI elements in your project configuration in the IDE. So if you extend IDE with some specific configurations, like, I don't know, whatever, something that configures your plugin, in short words.
Yep.
The list of UI elements are dumped from IDEA and extracted in a separated jar, so XML file. It's XML in jar. And thanks to that, when installing new plugin in your IDE reads this XML file with such list, and when you search for something in settings or in actions
Yeah,
or
like
whatever.
triple shift.
Exactly. ID is referring to this XML file, so it navigates to your plugin preferences correctly, because it doesn't happen in the runtime, right?
Yeah, but how does it have 215 configurables? I have like I don't know.
This
fields.
build searchable options task actually dumps all plugin settings, because it doesn't know where on the list are preferences for your plugin, so it dumps everywhere,
Oh, I see.
everything, and then pick the proper one.
How does it pick proper ones?
I don't know. It just does.
Yeah,
And
it just duplicates. I mean, it means that many plugins supply the same configurables, but they will be the same in runtime. So you can put them in set, or I don't know, and then remove them.
Well, yeah, it just picks your file and provides just your file with the plugin. It doesn't take everything.
Okay, now we are at the Koding stage.
So
Probably it's time to pray. How will we know? Okay. License agreement something. Run manager must be not called before project components initialized. It's some obscure error from idea, right? It's not
That's
something regarding the Koding itself. But wait, does it mean that everything is fine now? No. No luck.
Yeah. So you can use the snippet I've posted in the ticket.
What was? Did I lose it already? Wait, but if I will put project GDK 11, it will be basically the same.
Use 17, right?
Yeah, but should I put Timurin 17?
No, just 17.
Okay. Koding YAML. It should be some. Okay, let's put it here.
And the linter also.
Do you know about this CLI interface to watch how your job goes? But you won't see any errors here. I think you will just see this green check marks.
Yeah, I see green check marks.
Yeah.
Well, in fact, I started using Rycast for that.
Oh, what?
Rycast. It's for Mac. But you're on Windows, so.
Oh, what is? I'm on Linux.
Linux, right?
Yeah. What is Rycast?
Rycast is kind of custom launcher application. Like on Mac, you have this Spotlight search, right? So this is a replacement.
How is it different?
Well, it has a lot of plugins, and it's easy to create your own plugin, and in general, it's awesome.
Yeah, this run watch thing is just a part of GitHub CLI. They know that sometimes.
So that's even better, I would say.
and I can use it inside my IDE because I have terminal here. I can launch it. I love to do everything in terminal. If I would have, I don't know, CLI version of IDEA, I would use it with Vim key bindings. I don't remember who is it. Is it Matt who uses IDEA with Vim plugin?
Yeah, probably it's not.
Did you try it?
No.
I tried it, but it was not enough for me. I like
Well,
Vim key bindings, but I also like Vim plugins, and Vim plugins do not work inside IDEA.
yeah, I tried Vim as a Vim, but
Yeah.
never tried the idea Vim.
Yeah, I use Vim as a Vim. I mean, actually, I use NeoVim because it's a little more robust, in my opinion, a little bit faster. It has lots of plugins. It has very good after completion compared to because and it's asynchronous thanks to Tree-Seater. Well, I should not advertise other tools. I think. I work at JetBrains. Of course, our IDs are the best. Please use our IDs.
Yes, exactly.
Otherwise, they will punish us. Both Jakub and me.
Okay.
It will take some time. And we are actually a little bit out of my usual hour and a half time frame. What's about your time?
That's fine. I mean, we could check if it will eventually work or not. If not, I will send the recording of this stream to Victor.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea.
Well, this is the case that he already investigated. I mean, he's aware of all the issues. The Kotlin team knows about this JVM problem, so sooner or later it will be addressed.
Yeah, I would prefer to have it sooner. I mean, it's kind of dogfooding, but I don't like that I should eat the same bad food time after time after time. You know, it's my issue with, real life development too. I just watch at how things building. I could write some code in this time, but I'm just watching how it builds, just in case. I don't know, like it changes something.
Yeah, I just had the same thought. That's probably now I would switch to other tasks.
Yeah, probably I would start reading my emails actually, but on stream it's just just a bad idea. Okay, code calf, plugin verification. It should be more or less fast. Gosh, is it fine that we have some exception here? Indexing file name over VFS for not yet loaded registry. Use system properties instead of registry. Looks like something flaky to me. I'm almost sure I never saw it before.
Yeah, just ignore that because this comes from the IDE that is removed with the build searchable options. Yeah. Just ignore it. Because you have some custom settings, right, in your plugin? Because
what do you call custom settings?
Well, preferences that we introduced the preferences.
I think no.
IDE preferences. So yeah, you should probably see a message that advise you to disable this task.
How do I check if I have some custom properties?
Well, if you have, you probably should know that.
Yeah, but
So
I could forget something.
if you didn't implement anything by purpose, it's not there.
Yeah, but I mean, what if I did? Okay, it's service. It's definitely not that. It's
It's
dialogue.
just action, it's dialogue, so yeah, you don't have that.
Constants, nothing interesting. Bundle, just a bundle, nothing interesting. Typewriter action, just dump away action, nothing interesting. Comments are just implementation of our thing. Messages, I won't find anything interesting. Plugin, add to
Yeah,
group.
so
No, nothing interesting here.
they are registered with extension points, so yeah, you don't have them. So
Why
probably
do
good.
they still run plugin verifier? Yeah, I don't have them. So it's interesting that suddenly I have this exception. If I would be a developer, I would be worried
Mhm.
because I actually don't like exceptions in my build log. I know that idea is extremely complex piece of software. I would still be worried a bit.
And the thing is that probably they fixed all these issues, but as you use 2022
Something?
2.5, right?
Yeah.
It means you use this particular version for building searchable options, for example.
Oh,
Or-
yeah. Could be right. But no plugin developer will know it. Because, I mean, you know it because you are very familiar with the plugin development process.
Yeah, there are.
For
Lot of-
mere mortals, it's a bit different.
There are a lot of cases like that. So.
By the way,
Still,
I
you-
like the
mhm.
Kadana issue, Kadana forum links. Like,
Yeah, that's nice.
for me, it looks almost like we know that it won't work as you expect, but at least you can report something.
Yeah.
At which step will we know that it works?
Still, a couple of lines have to pass.
Preparing for the project. What is project include? What actually Kadana does inside? Does it build the whole thing?
As far as I know, yes, because it has to run everything in the first place to make sure code is not broken
Mm-hmm.
and to resolve. Or no? Well, no, no, I'm wrong. It shouldn't build your project because why it should?
Well, it depends on if it works with source code or with class files. Wait, it actually changed.
Mhm.
Now build is different. Now it downloads Gradle.
Yeah, now it works.
Does it download Gradle locally?
Yeah. So even if we have already Gradle 8.1 available in GitHub Actions, Kodana is yet another container
Mm-hmm.
that has everything isolated. That's why it downloads some specific JVM for running stuff. That's why we failed. And yeah, again, it downloads yet another Gradle 8.1 instance.
It's even more crazy. So it can work with any project, but it somehow fails on my project that has .idea directory because there is some, I don't know, different version of different version of Java for Gradle setup. Why does it care when it downloads its own Gradle? It's so strange.
I'm not Kodana team. I don't know.
Yeah. It's not an actual question. It just surprises me.
Well, I'm just end user as you, and I expect it to work, and it works. It was working for some time, and now, yeah.
I'm trying to scroll down the log because it takes some time. Well, at least it builds. I will write you if it will fail, but hopefully it won't.
Yeah, still, Kodana will need a couple of minutes, 5-10 minutes to go. So nothing fancy will appear here anymore.
Hopefully, yeah. I hope that nothing fancy will appear. Okay, anyways, let me stop sharing my screen. I think it's not interesting anymore. And let's get back to our main screen. Jakub, thank you very much. It was a lot of fun. We wrote much less code than I expected, but I actually learned a lot about the plugin development process and about all this stuff, about idea versions. And we discussed a very interesting topic. How do you update from the template repository? Now I know that probably the best way is just create a new project and copy all the configuration.
Yeah, it's not the best way, but yeah, it's
The easiest way.
The safest way.
Yeah.
Well,
I will wait for the CLI.
I can commit to say that we should and we will somewhere in the future introduce this intermediate Gradle plugin to hide all the configuration. So eventually you will not have to bump all configuration on your own from time to time, but just update this one specific intermediate plugin that will do the job for you.
Yeah, it sounds absolutely amazing. Yeah, I mean, probably it's how it should work. Gradle plugins can do a lot of magic. Why not? Why do not hide it? Let it be undercover. Thank you very much, Jakub. I hope that it was not too boring for you, and of course for
it was
our
fun,
viewers.
really.
Yeah, I hope so, folks. If you liked it, like it on YouTube, subscribe on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube, wherever you want. Write to us, and next time with Igor, probably next Friday, we will try to start a new game with libktx. That is a Kotlin wrapper for libgdx. That is kind of multi-platform development toolkit for Java. Bye-bye.
Okay, thanks, Pasha. Bye.
Thanks, Jakub. Bye.